Because 4 is the magic number of
Otaku.
in Japanese, and this song has 4 in it repeated a bunch of times.
We should have explained it. 4 is bad.
Yeah, 4 is bad.
Yeah.
Because you can pronounce 4 as she, which is the same pronunciation for
Otaku.
and so
That's why
I'm
it's-
sad that this is only going to be like 30-ish minute episode as opposed to 44 minutes.
こんにちは. I am your host Mayu for 2am Otak. In this podcast, we talk all about anime, manga, movies, music, and history through a distinct perspectives as a born and raised Japanese non-otaku. That's me and an American anime fan, Cisco.
That's me.
We've been watching Danda-damn
Yeah.
since from the very beginning, and we are not going to talk about it today.
Sort of.
Because we want to focus on the opening.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it okay?
I mean, I don't know how well I'm going to do at not talking about the show at all, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to stay focused on the theme.
Well, maybe we can talk a little bit about it, but I'd like to focus on the song.
Okay.
And opening. Before we start, please subscribe to AM Otak on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And we recently made a new YouTube channel for 2AM Otak. So now 3AM, which is we talk all in Japanese, and the 2AM all in English are separated.
Oh, okay. They're like 2 different channels now.
Yes.
Cool.
So if you're interested in just listening to English 2AM, and then Japanese 3am, or maybe both.
Yeah, learn Japanese, both.
So please subscribe, hit like, and comment. All right, so we are going to talk about Dandadan's anime opening and its theme song. Theme song is called
Otonoke
by
Creepy Nuts. Yet again.
Yeah, Creepy Nuts. A lot of people probably know their name because Creepy Nuts sounds...
It's so disturbing. It's such a weird name in English. It's just the worst.
How weird is it? Like for a Japanese person, it's like, it doesn't make sense if you don't know.
Yeah, I think you have to know kind of a lot to understand why it's really inappropriate. But I think for English people, immediately just the word creepy is already you shouldn't, no one puts creepy in their name. That's weird. And then nuts of all things to be creepy nuts. Oh, it's so gross.
You never forget their name.
No, yeah, they're very easy to remember.
Words are by R. Shite, rated R, that's his name,
yeah,
the singer, and the music by DJ Matsunaga. Should I explain about them?
Sure. Tell us more about Creepy Nuts.
Their song, Blim Bam Bam Born, was streamed in total of over 5 million times in 3 months.
Damn. It's a lot.
It's a lot. So they've been doing live in Japan and in foreign countries. And they're about to have live concert in Tokyo Dome in 2025 February.
Tokyo Dome, right?
Dome.
Okay.
Dome.
It sounds a little bit like you're saying Tokyo Dorm, which would be a dope place to go if it really existed. But Tokyo Dome,
yes,
cool.
We watched their Otonoke's music video.
We did,
which is very interesting.
I am not actually sure I would say interesting is the right adjective for that because it's very weird, but it's kind of repetitive, and it's not like it's I think I'm biased or maybe spoiled by American music videos, which often have a narrative or a story that go with them. And this one was very I guess the quality was higher than a 1980s music video, but in a way it was an earlier music video, from the late 80s, early 90s, that kind of time frame where it's mostly just the dudes in the band. And 99% of the video is the cool parts of the video are just from the editing that they did afterwards, making infinity reflections of the dudes in the band just singing or being at a turntable. They're not doing anything. There's kind of
almost look like clay.
There is a thing that has like that looks sort of claymated of like that looks like a kind of like a merry-go-round or a carousel or something that's like spinning around with like their faces on it made out of clay. That's like the only thing they seem to have like made for the video other than like filming themselves in like a dark room dancing around.
Yeah. So you should check it out to see what
It's
it's
worth
like.
watching once, yeah.
Yeah.
The song is way better than the music video, though. Let's just be like very upfront about that. Like the music video is like weird. The song is dope.
The title, Otonoke,
Mm-hmm.
can you guess what is it all about?
Well, to me, it sounds like a combination of oto for sound and
Mhm.
mononoke, like
Mm,
spirit. And
yeah,
so otonoke, like, I don't know. It just seemed like they mashed up those two words to me.
something like that.
Ooh,
Acco-
got it right.
according to an interview with Creepy Nuts from An Web, it's a fashion magazine in
Sure.
Japan, the Arshite said there's a scary story called Yamanoke,
Mm,
which was in the thread of Nichan.
okay.
The thread is about like sharing a scary story, really, really scary story thread.
Okay.
So, and then there's like a Yamanoke story somebody posted.
Okay.
A girl went in the mountain with like a dad. They drove up to the mountain,
Sure.
and then all of a sudden, Yamanoke, the
Mountain spirit.
spirit, got in the girl's body.
Okay.
And then once the spirit was inside of her, she started saying "haireta, haireta, haireta,
Oh,
haireta,
I see. Yeah, yeah,
haireta."
yeah. Oh, I think I know this story.
Yeah.
Or it shows up in like a lot of other different things too. Like it's not just, I don't think it was in Dark Gathering, but like
Hmm.
I feel like I've seen this idea before or like read this story or been told this story.
Uh huh.
I don't know why, but yeah, like go to the mountains, you're in the car, it's like nighttime and like a spirit gets in you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So like for Arste, for him, it feels like a really presence of the spirit
Hmm.
in her, and that story inspired him. And then like for him, it's not Yamanoke but Otonoke. Like he wants like send music to people even after he dies. Somebody keep listening his
Oh.
music and then like go into those listeners' body.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
The music video doesn't communicate this at all, by the way, but it is a cool yeah, I like that as an idea.
Shall we explain about Nichan?
Okay. Yeah, that's like a detour, but let's do it.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, me? Okay, so I don't actually know if this is all right, but this is sort of like, I don't know, my like general knowledge about Nichan is that it was a message board from like a long time ago, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Like
it's still going.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but I mean like I think Nichan probably started in like the 90s,
I think so.
right? Like it's like deep internet. Like it has like very 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 long roots. And it's kind of like it was one of the first like bulletin boards that became really popular among like terminally online people and like otaku and stuff. I think like the problem with me for trying to explain Nichan is like there are lots of American spin-offs of this. In America, you got like whatever, eight kun or whatever. Super trolly because America is like terrible compared to Japan, but like the like versions of what Nichan is that exist in America are like the worst, most like disgusting corners of the internet. And I don't really know if like I don't my impression is that like Nichan is not that bad.
Mm.
That like Nichan was mostly just like dorky internet
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah.
like talking about anime all the time, which is like I don't have any problem with that. But that like when it came to America, it got like mixed up with like all these other like much more like problematic subcultures.
So there's a Nichan reference in Steins Gate.
Yes, the
Yeah,
at channel that they're constantly like on is a reference to Nichan.
right. So I don't think I've ever used it. I don't even know how to use it, but it's popular like a
Yeah.
thread
I mean,
channel.
I think my guess also is that like Reddit is basically like an attempt to be Nichan, but like with many different threads.
Mm,
And so that it sort of like drew its inspiration from what Nichan was originally.
okay. So the title Otonoke comes from Yamanoke.
Cool. Well, I mean, scary actually, but yeah, also cool.
And you mentioned about Reddit, but according to Wikipedia, a month after the release, a user on the website Reddit discovered that the song had artifacts of sampling from a sped and a pitched up expert of the 1915 song I've Been Floating Down the Old Green River, performed by American singer Billy Murray. So somebody found this. I saw the person's YouTube. They're like some sampling. Like the song itself doesn't
sound at all
at all like the music in Otonoke, but like if you speed up one phrase to a different one, like it's exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that story going somewhere? Like, is he also like possessed by a mountain demon or something? Like, no, just a random song.
Just in case, like somebody is like wondering about what the sound. Like, a lot of people thought this like sound is from Pigmin or something.
It's from what?
Pigmin.
Pikmin.
Yeah.
Oh, because it sounds like a Pikmin sound.
Yeah, but
it's actually
not.
like a sped up sample from like some other random thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's like a lot of that in the music world. Like I have a friend who's like, spent some time as a composer and a music producer and stuff. And like, yeah, for sure. Like, he got like really into that, being like, where is this like artifact in this like one song like from? Where did this person like pull this like sound effect from? And like, it's always something that's like so unbelievably random that you're like, did they pick it for a reason? And the answer is like, no, they just thought it sounded cool. Like, what? Like, why? How? I don't get it.
Okay, I think it's like an Easter egg for people who are curious.
Okay, but is there like meaning behind it? Like, did they choose that particular artist or song for a reason?
I doubt it.
See, that to me is like kind of like, at the minimum, like a wasted opportunity. You could have like had an Easter egg that was like, oh yes, like the person who made this song also had in their life like an instance of like spiritual abduction. Or, I don't know. Like there could be like a cool story there, and instead it's like, nope. Why did we pick this guy from 1960? I don't know. We'll just had the sample lying around. Like, boring.
Okay. Next.
Okay.
So in the lyrics, there are like lots of stuff in the lyrics that I can kind of figure out from reading Japanese lyrics, but like the one part you mentioned, Sada-chan, Kaya-chan, Wansaka, Yomi no Kuni, Wonderland. Sada-chan is from Ring.
Yep.
The horror,
that's Sadako.
Japanese horror movie, and I didn't know Kaya-chan.
She's from The Grudge, right?
Ju-on.
Yeah, Ju-on The Grudge is what it's called in English for some reason.
I didn't remember. I watched both of them, but I didn't remember the Kaya-chan.
I didn't remember her name either, because it was like, her name isn't important, but...
Yeah. Those are scary. Like, I don't know how many... What?
Yeah, that's the point. But they're scary.
They're scary. I don't know how many people have watched this. Like our generation, we're like in the early 40s, but have seen it, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, for my money, Ju-on is scarier than The Ring. But yes, they were both scary.
Japanese horrors are scary.
I agree that Japanese horror is scary. Like, not all of it. Some of it's so weird that you can't even understand it. And I actually wouldn't put like either The Ring or Ju-on in like, well, Ju-on a little bit, but like, I think there are scarier ones out there. Like, I thought Kaido was like much scarier than either of those two movies. I think Japanese ghosts are like very often capable of like either like spiritual takeovers of people in a possession sort of way that like, that like exists in American horror too, like The Exorcist and things, or like are capable of like interacting with the real world in ways that like ghosts in America, like poltergeists, I suppose, are like supposed to be capable of this, but like in ways that American ghosts like often aren't. And I think that makes them like scarier.
I've seen a ghost before, supposedly.
When you were a kid?
When I was a kid. Maybe we can talk about it when we actually talk about Dandadan.
Do you want to save it?
Yeah, why not?
That's like okay. You're trying to like put people on the cliffhanger, be like, I got you coming back for the next episode. Okay, cool. We'll hear about the ghost you saw next time, I guess.
Yeah. It's not that scary. I don't have any memory. Like, my mom told me much later.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there's like a Sada-chan, Kaya-chan, and then like some lyrics are like indicating Shonen Jump manga or anime.
Yeah. The second verse is like all shout outs to like other anime.
How do you know that?
Oh, I know it because I also looked at the same like lyrics websites that you had that have like little like pop-ups being like, this is about Chainsaw Man. I mean, like,
I mean, it says chainsaw.
Yeah, the Lyrical Chainsaw Massacre. Like, yes, I mean, Onito Chambara, I think, is actually from like
Demon Slayer? No?
yeah, it could be. I think there's also like a game in Japan called like the Chambara or something,
Okay.
where it's like two hot girls in bikinis killing zombies or something.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it came to America, but I remember seeing it in Japan and being like, "Whoa, like what is this?" Because it's like the type of game that does not come overseas. Um,
Why?
why doesn't it come overseas?
Yeah.
I think because one, it's like very cheaply made. It's not like a good game, and
Mm.
two, because like I think even the Japanese publisher was like, American audiences are not going to buy this and are also going to like have a big problem with it.
Okay. Got it.
But I thought it might be a reference to that. They say, yeah, that it's like a Demon Slayer reference, which it certainly could be. Onito Chambara does describe Demon Slayer pretty well.
Yeah. Wataru Onabara, One Piece,
I mean, yeah, you know,
Big Ocean.
I think Shalala is a lyric in like one of the One Piece opening or closings that I've never seen. And so
Oh.
it's like referencing the lyrics
Uh-huh.
of the song as they like sail across a big ocean. I mean, like
Mm.
otherwise, like what the hell is going on in this verse? Like it doesn't make any sense unless it's a bunch of call outs in a row.
So like if you're interested in like how people like take the lyrics, you can
Right.
Google, but I'm not gonna tell here.
Okay. That was a little bit of a tease, but like, all right.
Yeah, because I want to move on.
Okay.
So when I first watched the Dandadan opening,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of felt nostalgia,
Oh, okay.
unknown nostalgia.
You were like,
Like,
why does this seem familiar? Like a
yeah,
sense of deja vu?
yes. And
Okay.
I couldn't figure out until after I watched like a couple times, maybe 6 episode or even 5. And I was like, oh, this is exactly like first Ultraman opening.
Yeah.
Like first, I mean like 1960s opening.
This is a deep cut. Yeah.
Because if you go YouTube and then compare, you understand. But
You won't
Ultraman,
understand, but you will be like,
what?
holy crap. The openings of like Sentai in the 1960s were weird. That's what you'll be like
Not to me, because I actually
because
watched
you watched them
those
back
like
then.
when I
Okay.
was
Fair enough.
kid,
Right.
and then it shows the shadow of monsters,
Right.
kaiju, sorry,
Yeah.
kaiju, and then like in the kaiju shadow is just like staff members names and this stuff
Right.
with the background of like very colorful
Yeah.
color.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is it. And then when I looked back, the Dandadan opening, it's like exactly the same, like all the like kaiju from Ultraman. Like I
Yep.
don't know how to say those kaiju in English, like Barutan Seijin or Pigmon or Dada.
Yeah. I don't know what any of these are either, but I didn't really watch Ultraman.
You know what? Like during I'm doing this process, what I most surprised was, why do I know this? Like
Yes, that was my reaction too. How do you know this? You weren't alive for like 20 years after
I
the show was on
wasn't
TV.
born yet.
Yeah.
But like when I was kid, I watched a great amount of great.
1960s Sentai shows?
Yeah, because I have a brother.
I mean, look, it's Ultraman, right? That's like
Yeah.
a hugely iconic Japanese like character and property. Like I think a lot of people, even in America, are like sort of familiar with Ultraman for some reason because he's like such a. I mean, there's been like it's been rebooted like all the time forever,
Mhm.
right? So I mean, I think I've probably seen an episode of Ultraman at some point, right? Like even on like Japanese TV in the 1 year that I lived in Japan, like it was just on sometimes, but and like I have memories of having seen similar types of things from American TV as a kid, right? Like I've definitely watched episodes of like the original Batman TV show. And I think so have like probably other Americans to a degree. So I think like it's not totally weird that you know stuff from the 1960s, but yeah, I was after going back and watching the original Ultraman opening with you, I was stunned by how many different things it has obviously influenced in Japanese culture.
Mhm.
Like I did not appreciate how many different openings are explicitly drawing on the original Ultraman opening
Mm.
as like part of their style and their sort of like visual, dictionary. So I agree that it's not only informing Dandadan's opening, it's like lots of anime and just TV shows in general are pulling from that as like a source.
particularly one scene when Momo comes in, it looks like she's kicking in the
Mm-hmm.
shadow.
Right.
Like her earring, green like oval earring,
Mm-hmm.
like flips and it go like sideways.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it looks like Ultraman's
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think that's
like
right.
I started like building like more possibility. Oh, this like is very influenced by
Right.
Ultraman. Then I started listening to Dandadan anime podcast called
Mm-hmm.
Danda-damn, and then there's like a director's explanation about like a one episode about the alien, like small wrestler looking alien
Uh-huh.
comes in. Like whole thing was black and white.
Right.
And I was wondering too, like, why is it like a black and a white? Like, like they don't have budget? Well,
Right. Right.
like,
Right. Oh no, no, can't be that.
there's no way. But like, I was wondering, it's because when Ultraman started, it was black and white, and then but like they showed red color of
Hmm.
Okarun when he was turning into
Tabo Baba.
Tabo Baba.
Turbo Granny.
Red is showing Ultraman.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, yeah, this is like so influenced by Ultraman. After that, I Googled about manga artist
Okay.
with this Wikipedia, and he said his favorite thing is Narita Toru's. Narita Toru is like an artist, and he made the design of Ultraman.
Okay. So it's obviously Ultraman inspired then.
So yeah, and then Dandadan's like Serupo Seijin. Do you remember?
Yeah, the guys from the first one.
They are inspired by Narita's like design of like kaiju,
Okay.
I think. So
That's
yeah,
why they're weird.
that's what they kind of look like, one of those like kaiju in Ultraman to me too.
Huh. Okay.
I was very satisfied finding about this, and then I was also surprised like how much I remembered. Let's do word of the day.
All right.
What is today's word of the day?
All right. So this is again, this is kind of like a intense reference, but our word of the day is Kuwabara. It's in yeah, it's one of the lyrics in the song where they say Kuwabara, Kuwabara, Kuwabara. He says it 3 times. Usually when you're using this phrase, you only say it twice,
Mhm.
right? So Kuwabara is a place name, actually. It means mulberry field. It's used in Japanese as a way to say like knock on wood or as like a phrase to ward off evil or damage. So like what's the kind of situation where you would say Kuwabara, Kuwabara?
I don't know if somebody's fighting over something and I'm not involved in like Kuwabara, I don't know.
Someone's fighting over something?
Something happening, but just
It's
didn't happen to
wouldn't
me.
it be like more like, hey, like, we haven't had an earthquake in like LA for like a really long time. Like, do you think there's probably going to be a big earthquake soon, right? You'd be like, oh, Kuwabara, Kuwabara, right? Like, don't say that it's unlucky. Like, preserve us from from the natural disaster. No,
I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I feel like what?
you're the only expert on this podcast, so I'm
No,
afraid you're going to have to answer this
no.
question.
I'm not. I've never learned Japanese. I
Uh,
just can't speak.
Okay, fair enough. The apparent origin of this as a phrase to ward off danger comes from like the, I don't know, 9th or 10th century or something in Japan, where a big important guy named Sugawara no Michizane was exiled and died and was like very, very angry about having been done wrong by people at the imperial court in Kyoto. So his vengeful spirit persisted after death and became able to throw thunderbolts or to like cause lightning to happen. Some of his land in life that he'd owned included a territory called Kuwabara, Mulberry Field, and thus when people heard lightning coming, they would say Kuwabara Kuwabara to try to like tell the lightning god or Michizane's angry spirit that they were from his territory of Kuwabara, and then he wouldn't hit them with lightning. And also there's this idea that Kuwabara like never got hit by lightning and was always like protected from natural disasters because he wasn't making it happen there. So by saying Kuwabara Kuwabara, like identifying with the place, that was supposed to protect you from the natural disasters, especially lightning happening to you.
Perfect. Sugawara no Michizane is like a god for like a gakumon
Really? Studying?
studying because he was really really smart guy.
And lightning.
he wa-
Those things don't go together usually. I'm just
But
gonna
like
say.
he like so there's like a shrine or something somewhere in Japan, and the people go right before the like a entrance exam and stuff.
Is it the Kitano Shrine? Well, whatever. I don't know.
I don't know which shrine, but he's believed to be a god
Of studying
of studying,
and also lightning.
I guess.
Okay. Why not?
Would you like to add anything?
Otonoke is a really good song. I'm trying to learn to sing it.
Sing it.
No, I'm not there yet. It's really fast. It's very difficult.
It's so fast.
But I will say it's much more like melodic than Bling Bong Bun Born was. And it's a little bit closer to Nidode. The best part of it is both that they actually say Dandadan, Dandadan, Dandadan all over, like again and again and again, which is like just funny to me. Like, why did they put that in the song? Because it's the name of the show.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Why
it's just
not? It's
yeah.
like Blim Bum Bum Boom.
Well, Bling Bong Born isn't the name of the
No,
anime,
that's true.
so
I don't know why.
and they don't actually even say
It's
Mashal
so
at any point in that.
catchy.
Yeah, but the Dandadan part is like pretty interesting, and I think like in a way, like Arshite saying he wanted to make a song that would live inside people, like after he died or whenever, is funny to me because it sounds like in a less complicated way. He was like, I just want to make an earworm. I want to make a big hit that people can't get out of their heads, which is sort of brilliant.
He's doing a great job.
And I don't know, comparing like a song that you can't get out of your head to a ghost having possessed your body is like, on the one hand, like very disturbing, and at the same time, like kind of an interesting thought.
Yeah.
But I find it interesting that the Haideta part of the song is actually like the nicer, like kind of more lighthearted, fun part, and the rap is like the like scarier or sounding part. But yeah, I don't know, it's quite good. I really like it.
Okay. Well, we have to practice singing more so that we can sing in karaoke.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Next year when we go to Japan and show off and surprise like Japanese people.
Except that we only go to karaoke in Japan with your relatives who already know I can speak Japanese. Like I need to go to like a bar in order to pull this off and like be impressive.
Bar?
Yes. I need to go back to Castaways or even better. I think it was called Screw. It's like the bar right above Castaways. I mean, I guess like a couple of your friends went to karaoke with us last year, and I impressed them.
My cousins.
And your cousins.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it'll be fun.
Yeah. I would like a bigger audience to impress.
Yeah, totally.
So we'll see. I'll work on it.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. If you like this week's episode, please give us
4 stars, because 4 is the magic number of death in Japanese, and this song has 4 in it repeated a bunch of times.
Oh, we should have explained it. 4 is bad.
Yeah, 4 is bad.
Yeah.
Because you can pronounce 4 as she, which is the same pronunciation for death. And so I'm sad that this is only going to be like a 30-ish minute episode as opposed to 44 minutes.
Yeah, that's why like if we are like turn into 42, like you have to go shrine and then pray to get rid of, because
you're going shini to death.
Yeah, it's like something happens like health wise, and then
yeah it sure does.
It's true to us.
I got destroyed at 42, so looking forward to New Year's when I'll be like 43 really, and according to Japanese calendar, finally my body will start working again.
Okay, so 4 stars.
4 stars.
Also, somebody
4.444 repeating stars.
Also, like, thank you so much for people who already gave us stars.
Yes, 5 stars is great. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Amazing. Thank you so much. See you next time for more 2 AM Otak. Bye.